Oh, we have the video, right? Okay, and we're rolling. All right, so Sal, where are we today? We're at, over 125 pounds of weight loss, right?
Right.
We're at, what is it,
127.
127 pounds. So, what was the motivating thing? I mean, 127 pounds, quite a journey. What motivated you to start your journey?
Well, back in December, I was being harassed by Rick Kimball. I was walking with a cane, and he thought Journey Fitness would be a good fit for me. So, after constant pressure from him, I decided, why not? So, in January, I joined Journey Fitness.
It's good to have friends. Okay, so in January, you know, a year later, not even a year later, 127 pounds of weight loss. So along the way, I mean, there was probably some things going on in your life. You know, you mentioned a cane. What else was different about life, or what was a struggle then that was kind of saying, you know what, I do need to make this change?
Well, mostly the knee factor, where I was having a hard time walking. I didn't feel good. I wasn't doing anything. And I thought maybe getting the exercise, and I didn't know anything about Journey Fitness, that I would come down and see what it was all about. And I decided after meeting the staff that I would give it a try. After the first month, I felt, and it was very hard the first month, I felt that this was a commitment that I ought to make to future my health and my life.
So along the way, you know, we've had a lot of milestones. I mean, you know, we've had you dressed up in 20-pound vests and 50-pound vests. And there were some exercises that when you came through the door, well, you know, we didn't really want to try them yet. But as we progressed, you know, there were like a lot of things that you do different today than you did back then. What are some of the things that you're doing today that you couldn't do when you first walked through the door?
I'm very active.
Mm-hmm.
I do things now I would have never dreamed of doing back in December. I do a lot of walking. I have a strong commitment to the program. There's been no cheating, and the results are obvious.
No cheating. This was something I heard, of course, out of this little interview, but it talks about you're part of a club. And sometimes there's a little drinking and eating that goes on there, but they talk about how disciplined you are there, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that true? So you had to learn how to go to this club, and they might be cooking pasta, and you'd have to eat something different. Right.
Correct. And I've been very, very committed when I go to the club to make sure that I don't eat anything that would affect the program I was on. And as you know, they had me try spaghetti to see if it was done. I tried it, but I spit it out before I swallowed it.
I'm just not going to consume the calories. I can give you a little taste test and make sure it's not too al dente or whatever, but you know, spit it back out. So there was another thing too. I mean, well, there's a couple of things. I remember the first time you got down on the floor in here, right?
Yes.
And so, how long had it been since you did something like that? You know, because that happened along the way, about halfway through your journey.
Long time. If I got on the floor prior to the commitment, someone would have to help me up. Now, I'm very active. I have no problem tying my shoes. My wife won't tie my shoes anymore. I don't have a problem doing that. And I tried the 5K and made it through that, which I would have never been able to do. So I'm really excited about where I am today.
I took a lot of pride watching you complete that 5K. That was great to cross that finish line. You also mentioned something about your grandkids. I remember hearing a story, and I think it'd be great to share with people. You used to like to golf with them, right? And that just wasn't within the realm of possibilities anymore to get out there and do it like you used to.
Correct. This summer I played more golf than I've played in the last 10 years. And they don't like me playing golf with them because I beat them.
That's good. So.
But you know, I could never mow my lawn. I could never use the snow blower. My neighbors would always help me out. I'm doing all that now.
That's great. That's great. Got the independence back. So, you know, we talked a little bit about, you know, the things that motivated you to get here. It's good to have friends. It's good to have the camaraderie too. You build a lot of that here. I mean, you know, everybody, I know we have a good time joking and laughing as people go through the workouts and things. What is it that you would tell people? What's your message to people that may be sitting at home on the couch, maybe similar circumstances, but wondering, you know, what they can do, you know, finding the motivation?
Well, number one, the staff here is extremely great people to be a part of. The membership, that when I first came here and saw all the women and just me, I asked myself, what am I doing here? Everybody that you interact with are great people. I would recommend Journey Fitness to anyone that's in the position I was in.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Congratulations on your success. That's great.
Thank you.
That's great.